We appreciate it. Mr. Evans?
I think y'all have the endurance of Olympic marathoners. How do you manage to do this all day? This is pretty impressive. My name is Dr. Chad Evans. I've been a dentist for 9 years. As I sat here and listened yesterday to some of the comments and interactions with the OIG, especially regarding processes and systems and efficiencies and things like that, some of the answers just didn't really go along with some of the personal experiences that I've had. I was originally placed on payment hold about 1.5 years ago. And in a single weekend, I had to lay off 117 people as a result of that payment hold. Some weeks after the layoff, I was made an offer by the OIG. The offer was postpone my request for a hearing for 9 months, and they would reduce my payment hold. Okay, that postponement of 9 months had absolutely nothing to do with SOA, had nothing to do with investigative process, had nothing to do with anybody except for OIG delaying and dragging out my case. At the time, my choices were file bankruptcy, lay off another 150 people, or take the deal. So I took the deal. In November of 2013, 1 year ago, I requested a hearing at the earliest possibility. That hearing was set up for January of 2015. The hearing date has now been set for a year, and it took 1 year and 2 months just to get a hearing in front of SOA. I was just advised 2 days ago that the OIG has asked SOA to postpone my hearing another 4 months. That has absolutely nothing to do with SOA, has nothing to do with investigative process, has nothing to do with anything other than OIG asking SOA to postpone my hearing for another 4 months. So when I heard testimony that was blaming SOA or blaming this, blaming that, I mean, that's not been my experience. I mean, the reality is, I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it to April. Okay, with the payment hold, the legal expense, I don't know that April's even possible. But you know, we'll see. What the reality is, OIG is very heavy-handed with payment holds. They put payment hold on very quickly, and they really tax you. And then they drag out this whole investigative process. They make it complicated, complex, difficult, and lengthy. The only thing it's really good at is putting people out of business. Because, I mean, that's what it does. I mean, you put them on payment hold, and then you make a really complex, difficult, expensive, drawn-out process. So, I mean, if the purpose of this process is to force providers into bankruptcy and to avoid these fabricated federal obligations, and that's pretty effective. They're pretty effective at that. I've always lived by the principle, get my own house in order, and then look at others. With everything that I've been hearing in the newspaper, reading, sitting here today, yesterday, it really seems like somebody needs to call a timeout here. I mean, it seems like we need to call timeout, get things in order, and then come back around. So thank you for your time. Appreciate everything y'all are doing and all your recommendations.
Thank you, Dr. Evans. Are you representing yourself or the Dental Association for Underserved Children?
Dental Association for Underserved Children, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate your testimony.